Shawn.
I'm Emerson.
And today we are presenting episode 2 of The Magic of Media. How are you doing today? My comrade, my associate.
I'm doing pretty good. As you can, when you guys can't see it, but I did a range of drawings illustrating a wonderful scene. But how are you doing?
A favorite one is a picture of a cartoonishly drawn ham. I'm very appreciative of it. But today we got a buttload of stuff that we got to talk about since we've been given a bigger time slot, which probably needed because we talk Yap City, so we want to get into music. You gave me a song that was okay. It wasn't the best.
You say that about every song I give you, though. You said that last time
I
too.
don't know. Maybe it's just doesn't appeal to me. I guess. Maybe it just doesn't
I
appeal to me.
guess.
Maybe.
You gave me a song from the same exact
The
band.
same band, yeah. Maybe. Okay. So maybe it's either I don't like your taste, or I don't have any other taste other than mine.
Don't say you don't like my taste. You seeped off of my taste at the
Because
beginning of the
you-
year.
yeah, but that's not my fault that some of it's actually good. That's not my fault. That
So I'm just not giving you the good portion?
yeah, that's
Okay.
probably what it is actually. But pretty good. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
I know.
Keep going down in quality the more I see
I know you said you wanted to talk about Late Night Drive Home a little bit more. Like I know they had a show recently that.
That I'm about to rip into, because that actually upsets me. Because Coachella's going on right now, right?
Yeah.
And they got all these big name bands. I know Tyler the Creator is there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten to see the Gorillaz one yet. That's on my radar. I really wanted to watch the Gorillaz performance. Late Night Drive Home had a performance, and I don't know if the audio team was asleep when they went live or what was going on. It was pitiful, and it aggravated me because that's not what they need. They don't need a bad performance. They need to. Watching it made me angry. I didn't even finish it. That's how angry I was. And I don't get angry watching things, at least a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can get angry, but that really bothered me. They recently released, I think it was like 3 or 4 new songs, and it's really weird. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was really strange. I think one of the song titles is like "I eat my worms for breakfast" or something. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, the band that I'm kind of frontward facing isn't doing too hot right now.
No.
Yeah.
Am I okay to talk about
Go ahead.
my
By all
little
means,
band?
I need to steam off after that.
So I gave you a song by Quasi, Lil Lord Fort Leroy, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And I found that band when they were smaller. They're growing a little bit bigger now.
Mm-hmm.
Not as big, but they're getting there. And that band, I love that band. I know you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Their music's a little funky to get used to, but so is Ween.
What's kind of their genre? Or they do a bit of everything?
Oh, not everything. It's not Ween.
Western.
I think it's more alternative, but in an older sense.
Strange, because it's interesting to hear the music you listen to, because I'm still a little.
I listen to everything.
Yeah, you listen to everything compared to. I still stick with what I listened to back in like middle school, because I don't like expand out. People were running around with their Spotify. I was sitting here happily with my free Amazon Music account, dude. I was an Amazon Music kid. It was embarrassing time, by all means, but that's just how it was. Thankfully, I wasn't shunned, but
I'm still thankful. They haven't released anything this year. I know the most recent they did was 2023, but it was a band made up of a married couple.
really.
And yeah, and they split off, but the band still stayed, and I'm really glad that they're still kind of trying to make music.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
But of course, it's gonna be older because they're an older couple.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Do you think they're gonna be at Coachella?
No, I know they're doing a show in Chicago. I might try and catch that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, any band that I want to see usually doesn't even come close to where I live, so I can't even look at a concert or performance that I want to see, because
I gotta bring you to a Ghost concert sometime.
Oh, that's gonna be. See, I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not, because it's the fact that it's not in like a seat. Because I went with Evan and Tristan, to see Ashes. No, it was Echoes of Pompeii, right?
Yeah.
And I went with them to see that, and we, it was at the Opera House. We got the chairs and stuff, and I thought it was awesome. That's the first time I've done something like that. But I don't think I would have liked it as much if I was standing up for it the entire time. Because granted, it was Pink Floyd. It was a long show. At least it felt like it. But I had such a more enjoyable time just sitting there, like, looking up at the sky, looking at the lights and stuff. Because that was fun. I like that.
A show you could have came and watched and sat Avenue 912. I filmed for them a little bit. I know Lana goes out a lot as well with Jennings.
That was most recent one?
Yeah. Grindstone performed there with their opener Side Action, and I filmed for that, and that should be coming out soon as a Friday show, so you'll have to keep your eye on that. But I suggest listening to them.
What kind of music did they do?
70s and 80s rock.
Oh, I might like that then.
Yeah.
Because I love summer rock. I love that genre. And especially when it's summertime and it actually fits.
70s and 80s rock, not summer rock.
Okay, I might not like this band, actually.
No, it's good. That's a good type of rock.
Because that's when good rock came out, no? That was like...
Yeah, that was a good time for music.
Yeah.
But they, Side Action played a lot of older stuff. I know they played Devil Went Down to Georgia, like a rock version.
Oh, that's cool.
And they did Stone Temple Pilots.
Devil Went Down to Georgia. I feel like I should know what that one is.
I don't know.
My
mom introduced it to me.
That sounds so familiar.
It's a good song.
I've probably definitely heard it somewhere. Because that's the big case with music for me is, like, I'll hear something in, like, a movie or something, and then I'll completely forget. But whenever I do end up getting told it, I get this little love buzz, bro. Dude, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Nirvana. Because that's what our next song is Love Buzz by Nirvana.
So let's talk about something a little more recent that you've seen. I watched
Yeah.
this. I saw this musical at, what was it? The Opera House.
Oh,
That was performed. I'm pretty sure you just watched the movie.
I did. I did watch the movie. It was on my radar of movies I wanted to watch because I've heard good things about.
Just to clarify, we're talking about Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes, we are, because that movie's awesome, and it's a musical, and it's a good one because it's a comedy as well.
Mhm.
And basically, I'm sure a lot of people in this room actually probably haven't even seen it, which shame on you. Oh, okay, so we have one person in here that has seen it. Oh, never mind, they're shaking their head. Anyways, Little Shop of Horrors is this like little comedy musical about this guy who gets an alien plant, and the alien plant starts growing, and it starts causing little silly problems around downtown.
It has one of the most banger numbers
Yeah,
out of the whole
There's
entire
some good
musical.
tracks in there, cause like they start with a great start, and it's like downtown, and then that's a great start right
Skid
there.
Row, bro.
And I know it's different depending on if you see the musical or the actual movie, but the voice of Audrey 2, which is like the alien plant, you said that there's not like a single terrible voice actor. I'm starting to agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
The person they get to play Seymour is really talented, and I'm pretty sure I've seen him in other things too, but because his face looks really recognizable. Little nerd Bob, he's so stupid. I love him though.
Don't be mean to him.
And something I thought that really stood out is you watch a lot of movies nowadays that have good endings to them. You know, like the rainbows in the distance, they're like kissing or holding hands or something. I'm referencing Shrek, but the point I'm trying to say, right? The point I'm trying to say is this movie ends on one of the most horrific ending. I'm not going to say it because I want people to watch this movie and see the proper ending.
It's pretty messed up, though.
It's crazy messed up. And I was like, this is really the end? I was like, okay, so it's maybe like something happens or like all the plants die off. And it says the end. That's it. That's it. That's all you. Crazy. But enough about me, because I'm sure you're sitting here giggling and stuff because you want to talk about yours.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I showed this music. It's one of my most comforting musicals. I love watching it. Tick Tick Boom with Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
Love that musical.
Yeah.
I showed that to you not too. I won't say
How
not
long-
too
no,
long
it
ago.
was like a month or two, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably not. But it's in 3-month radar. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't stick with me that well.
I love Tick Tick Boom. It's about
Why?
It's about a music artist trying to make up this big play almost.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say play. It's not that. But he's trying to write his own music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get onto Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
And he loses a lot of stuff during that, and then he presents it, and he realizes, like,
I'm really bad at this.
no.
Oh, well, that's what I gathered from it.
Because they said it was amazing. They said it was a fantastic thing.
Mm-hmm.
When's the second one coming out?
Yeah,
and he realized he just wasted all of these years trying to make this one musical, like losing his girlfriend, losing his best friend, all of that.
I bet you that's how Disney felt when they made the first Toy Story, spent billions of dollars on their first CGI movie. What about Toy Story 2? Entire company lost their mind, dude. I feel like there was a lot of parts, like the music was good. Don't get me wrong. Music was top notch. The story was so boring. I don't know. It
can be slow at parts.
It felt slow the entire way, actually. The only it's not to rag on your game, you know. I get it.
That's what you are doing.
But
now.
I'm trying to explain myself because the thing that I felt with Little Shop of Horrors compared to Tick Tick Boom is the entire time watching the stupid plant movie, I was like, what's gonna happen next? I didn't care about Andrew Garfield doing his little performance. I feel like I didn't relate enough to the character to care what he was doing. Is this maybe that's a weird
And you
thing
related to a silly little
But
plant.
I related to Seymour when he but that's awesome though. Because it's the idea that he this plant is very there's so many red signs that this stupid plant needs to probably not be looked at or at all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Throw this guy out to the streets. But there's like an underlying tone there with like the more he feeds this plant, the more popular he gets, but the more he needs to feed the plant. Like that's something. Why do I care about Andrew Garfield's stupid performance? That's what I'm saying.
Because it was a good performance. Also, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jennings.
Hi, Jennings.
Hi, Jennings.
Nice to
Anyway.
see you. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. I personally believe if they had more time, if I got more time to spend with Mr. Andrew, maybe I would have like cared, you know. But
And
I feel like
I don't want.
I don't know.
I'm really glad that you're not putting it on his actual performance because.
No, he's good in that movie. I think Andrew Garfield as an actor is made for slapstick comedy. Personally, I know it's maybe a weird thing to go for, but I don't see him playing an edgy role or something more serious. He looks like he's from Twilight, but he doesn't act the role from it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna speak what everyone else is thinking.
One thing I thought was really cool was the directors of the movie, when started casting, they knew for a fact they wanted Andrew Garfield in the movie.
Yeah.
So, of course, he was like, okay, I'll do it. You need to learn, do you know how to sing?
Oh,
This
that's
guy's
a
a
funny
British
hurdle to go
actor.
over. That's funny. He's British?
Yeah.
He does not look, or I didn't even think he was British.
He's British and did not know how to sing. So, but he lied to these directors saying, yeah, I know how to sing. I got this.
You know
Took
what?
singing lessons all the way up until he actually met the producers and had to start.
I didn't know he was British. Oh, that changes everything. Oh,
No,
I
it
don't know if I
doesn't.
like Andrew anymore.
Whoa.
But, you know, nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of good things just came from Great Britain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Garfield might not be one of them, but, you know, go ahead.
Andrew Garfield's great. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he's good. I just, every single time I've seen him in a movie, he feels like he should be playing, like, the opposite role of what he is playing. But, like, a big thing, we're going to talk about this later, but, like, I think Spider-Man, he did a good job as Spider-Man, but isn't Peter Parker supposed to be, like, a loser?
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know, to me, like...
The audience is not agreeing with you.
Okay, thanks for reminding me. But when I think Peter Parker, I think of some snot-ragged loser walking around high school, getting pushed into lockers and stuff. That's
what happened, though.
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like...
But he also did play that.
Who bullies Andrew Garfield? If he looks like that...
I would bully him.
See, that's crazy. Maybe you're just mean, then. Because that's what I get from that. If you bully someone that looks like Andrew Garfield, first off, get a hobby. Second off, literally, there's so many better options. I saw like 7 other dweebs walking around that high school that someone could have easily bullied instead of Andrew. I'm just being honest. And not even that, but you know how quickly Gwen Stacy falls for Andrew? Exactly. That silence speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Got my blood boiling, bubbling and stuff. Like this next song, which would be Bubbly by Good Kid. You're going to hear me complain when we come back. And welcome back. So, it seems that people seem to strangely disagree with me about Mr. Andrew, which is crazy because the thing that we wanted to talk about next were the two Spider-Man, the big kahunas, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Spider-Man, so normal Spider-Man, right? We're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man. So those three
We
and
were
those
talking
two.
about because you
Okay.
haven't seen the Tom Holland movies yet.
Yes, that
We-
is true.
We are slowly. We watched before Sony. We watched before Marvel with Sony,
Hmm.
and then I'm going slowly through the Marvel Cinematic
started-
Universe with you.
We started the Escapade, which is all
So-
the Marvel movies from stages 1 through 3.
Yeah, you watched the first Toby movie with me,
Yes.
and then you
I
watched
did.
the other two with
Mhm.
Tristan
With
and
Tristan
Evan.
and Evan.
Yeah, and
Just
then
with Tristan. Evan doesn't like them as much. Evan's not a fan of the Spider-Man movies.
we watched both the Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah,
which
that was a joyride.
Amazing Spider-Man is my favorite
Yeah.
out of the three. So
Yeah. Well, do you want to share your opinion
I will.
first? I'll let you go first.
I will.
I'll hear
So,
you out.
First
I'll
of all,
try. Go ahead.
I like his acting a lot better than what Toby did. Toby,
Uh-huh.
it felt a little too awkward for my liking. I know Andrew's awkward, but one where you can actually watch the movie instead of going, ooh.
Okay. All right.
Also, the CGI in that movie, other than Electro, was pretty good.
It's my birthday. Let me light up my candles.
But his character design for Electro, not the best.
Doesn't look good.
It got a little better. It definitely gets better going on.
I heard
But
they redesigned him, maybe? Possibly?
you'll
Is
have to
that
find out.
great? Thanks,
Yep.
man.
I'm
Appreciate
not
it.
going to spoil it.
That's fair. I respect that because I wouldn't want spoilers anyway.
I like the dynamic between Andrew and Emma a lot more than Toby.
Yeah. I forget Emma Stone's in that movie.
Yeah.
But good performance on her part, by all means.
Mhm.
Emma Stone has not had a single bad acting role. That is true.
Mhm.
Anything else you have to say?
I just like it. It's one of my favorite. It's
Gotcha.
one of the most relatable, in my opinion, compared
Okay.
to the others.
All right. So, even though you're wrong, I'll still tell you my opinion. So, personally, if you ask me, I think Toby has the better movies, and I also think Toby's a better Spider-Man. I
Uh-huh.
think Andrew's good in some aspects. He has better scenes, like, with, how do I say? What was I gonna say? He's got, like, better Spider-Man scenes, you know what I'm saying? Like the scene where he shoots Electro with the water hose, he's wearing, like, the little fire.
Oh,
That's
you're
good.
talking about Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew, that's good. That's what makes the Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man different.
I thought you were talking about Toby. Because
getting there.
Andrew, up here for, like, the animation scenes for
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, you mentioned the CGI, but it's like you can't blame bad CGI for the time it came out.
I will.
It's like blaming a kid who's too young to ride a bike. Like, look at you, look how stupid you look that you can't ride a bike. He doesn't
don't
know. Okay,
It
well,
shows
that's
the
just
evolution of
rude.
it, and that shows that it's gotten better, which makes the movie better, in my opinion.
That's okay. I can understand that, but to me, bullying a kid for not being able to ride a bike seems
I'm not
really rude. That's just what I think. I think it's really important to me to see like the old CGI and those things that don't obviously look the best. And I think it's a good thing that people like will look at that way and will look at good CGI and be, oh yeah, look at how much they improved. That's fine. But I'm saying I was so much more enjoyed and had such a better time watching the first 3 Spider-Man movies compared to the Amazing Spider-Man, right?
I got word back from the audience
Oh, great.
saying, so you like him because he's more spidery, which, yeah, he shows a lot more of the spider aspect than just some guy swinging around in a suit.
Kind of makes sense. I could see like it being a better Spider-Man because it feels weird to say, but I feel like people are more accepting of Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man. I feel like people are more like, oh, this guy seems cool, I guess. They hate this guy in the first trilogy. They absolutely despise this guy. And actually, I'm going to keep going.
I like that that's kind of mentioned, though, because you'll see in the Tom Holland movies, it's not really talked much about how it actually feels about them until later on.
Oh, great. That sounds like a blast. I don't like Tom Holland acting in anything.
You don't like a lot of things.
I don't, but I do like the original trilogy.
Do you have a thing against British people?
Let's start here, right? So, the Amazing Spider-Man has Emma Stone.
Uh-huh.
The Spider-Man trilogy has J.K. Simmons. That's.
You can't say that though, because what if he comes back?
But he's not going to. I'm like 90% sure this guy is not coming back to Spider-Man. But that's the thing, is you kind of get that trade-off from, do I like a better Gwen Stacy or do I actually like the Daily Bugle in the movie? Because if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Emerson.
You need to calm down.
They don't have the Daily Bugle in the second.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Then they don't. I missed it.
They both have the Daily Bugle.
Does he work there?
Yeah, they both work for newspaper companies.
I wasn't paying attention to that part then.
Okay.
Or at least they
So you
didn't
need to
touch
calm
on it
down
that
your
much.
ramble until you get your facts
But
right
actually,
about the
okay,
movie.
So let's go 1 through 3, right? Because
Uh-huh.
I can talk about this movie all
Well,
day.
I don't remember a lot about the third, so you'll have to stick
I'll
with me.
catch you up with all the good stuff. So the first one, right? Probably the weakest one. I'll be honest with you. The first one's kind of weak compared to everything. William Dafoe is the king.
I love William Dafoe.
William Dafoe is the king. He's one of my favorite actors. He's up there with like Jim Carrey. Jim
Okay.
Carrey and William Dafoe are like, I see them as like acting brothers when it comes to like what they're able to do.
Mhm.
He does a good job playing the role of the Green Goblin, but I feel like the Green Goblin doesn't do anything in that.
Doc Ock. I love the second one's my favorite out of the three.
The second one has probably one of the better villains.
I'm the
'cause
biggest fan of Doc Ock you will ever see.
Doc Ock is built up really good. His character's built a lot, and it's not this idea that he was good, then he turned evil. He was good, had a dilemma with himself, and then was like, I don't want to be the bad guy. See, that's good. That's good character writing for a villain.
Well, also his contraption, like it hotwired his brain.
Mm-hmm. Like
It
that,
controlled him.
I know, it gives an explanation as to why he's upset. And I say upset like he's like angry at the world, but no, that makes
Well, he doesn't
sense.
really have a choice.
I
That's
know.
what I mean. It's brainwashed.
It's
His
something.
arms control him.
Mhm.
So-called
Yeah.
thing.
And like that's understandable. The second one is better than the first one because there's more. I believe is Aunt May. I love the Aunt May from the original trilogy. There's a part he just decides to not be Spider-Man, and honestly, that's the most real thing I've ever seen.
Also, Andrew had that too.
Did Andrew stop being? How
Yes.
long did that last then? Because I don't remember this stuff.
It was near the end of the second movie.
Near the end of the second. Oh, that sounds familiar. Oh, that's not
He
good.
took this big old gap and remembered, then Rhino came in.
Was that how that worked?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
He
my
came back to
Oh,
stop
yeah.
Rhino.
Because that was after, spoilers, Gwen Stacy dies. That was after Gwen Stacy died.
I
right?
know you had a big opinion on that death of Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I cried. Let's keep it
He
short and
did.
sweet here. I bawled my eyes out when that happened because I actually, okay, I will give you this. That has one of the most emotional scenes from any of the Spider-Man films because he shoots his web, and the web's like a hand reach, and that's cool. That's
Mhm.
cool.
It was the most realistic too.
Oh yeah. I will say what your films have over the original trilogy, they talk about and use Spidey sense a lot better.
Mhm.
That's one of my biggest problems with Spider-Man. This guy should be able to react to every single waking thing, and because that's how I see Spider sense working. He gets alerted when something's about to hit him. He should be able to dodge it. Not always the case. That's what's really weird to me.
Well,
It's
it's
like
not always the case with Andrew either.
I don't know. Well, they explain it a lot better. It's like a slow motion kind of thing. He
I
gets more time to
guess.
think about stuff, which that makes sense as to why he wasn't able to save Gwen Stacy, right? And I'm gonna get in some murky territory. I think Spider-Man 3 is probably the best out of those three movies. Maybe even possibly better than like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I
You
thought
just
was
like
the
his
best
little
one.
jig.
No, that is funny. Bully Maguire is an awesome part of that movie. Um, just I think they do so many things right, but so many things that they do wrong. It's to the point where I can laugh and giggle at it and be okay with it, right? Because what is it? They have the Sandman, which is by far the most best villain. It's the it is the best villain across any Spider-Man film that I've seen. It's better than Doc Ock in my opinion, but I still think Doc Ock's good. But Sandman's it's just way cooler. I'm sorry, but I'm just an avid supporter of it. They got Green Goblin Jr., I believe, right? That's Harry,
Yeah.
which they've been building up to that. But I think Harry as a character is so dumb that I kind of like it because
I didn't like Harry in the second Amazing Spider-Man.
that's fair.
His whole thing,
He's emo.
yeah, it felt, because a third movie was never released, it just felt so unnecessary. Like it was squeezed in just for the fact of, okay, we can get Harry in there, out of the way.
We could have a green. Yeah, someone in the storyboarding room was like, "What about the Green Goblin?" And then they casted that guy immediately.
Well, I don't have anything against the actor. For the most part, he's a good actor. Maybe his looks could have shaped up a little bit.
Maybe he could have got like a better hair design in the. Yeah, maybe.
But
we're not here to make fun of how people look, though.
we have a main villain,
Yes.
and
Go ahead.
we have a main villain
Which
who's
was?
Electro.
Ooh, yikes!
Can you stop cutting me off?
Zing! Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, we have Electro, and then
I think of how Electro looks whenever you say his name.
just
He
a pan on
flashes in
big
my head. It's so
screen.
funny. Sorry, continue. I'll
We
stop
have
it now.
Electro,
Yes.
and then out of nowhere, Harry comes in.
Yeah.
Most ugly Green Goblin I've ever seen.
But actually scary Green Goblin, though. That guy's actually scary. Like, regardless of how he looks and how poorly implemented he is, that guy is creepy.
I'm so mad the third movie never came out because Felicia was supposed to be the Black Cat. And then we never got anything with that, so we just have random Felicia.
Which is crazy because I thought Black Cat was Batman, but that's Catwoman. See, they intersect these dimensions really weirdly. I don't know. Just get like more creative names, I guess. But this is the hot take of mine. But see,
Woman Batman?
Woman Batman. Oh, that's Batwoman. No, that makes sense. But so what? We got Sandman. We got Green Goblin Jr. I don't like how he's handled, but I can kind of step aside from it. I think Venom was also really good. I think the build up to Venom was really, because they say the reporters' names like Edward or Ed or something
Eddie,
like that,
yeah.
and you know, he's in the church and he's like, "The Lord, please, if you can do anything for me, kill Spider-Man," or something like that. Really, when he was in the same building with the Venom, I'm like, his name's Eddie Brock. This guy's the one. What? What do you want? What do you want? It's not my fault. That Venom. No. Venom's good. That's all I'm saying. But, you got anything else you want to say?
Talking about Bully McGuire. The silly little dance.
I have nuts in there. Yeah, go make me some. He says, I'll throw like dirt in your eyes or something to like innocent bystanders on the street.
You could say that he lost himself to dance. Here's Lose Yourself to Dance by Daft Punk.
Oh, that's true. That's so true.
And coming up next, we're going to be talking about our predictions about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and our opinions on possibly the new Venom.
Oh,
But
yeah.
first, here's a word from our sponsor.
All right. And so we kind of discussed that I'm not that well trained on the Marvel train. You know, I'm a little off the rails, one would say. And I'm on my little journey to get through all the Marvel movies that have released. And we recently watched the first Iron Man, which I'll speak very quickly about that. That's a cool movie. That's a pretty cool movie, if you ask me. I think a lot of things for me, like superhero backstory, is like this guy was a loser, and then he like got bit by like a radioactive mouse. Now he's Mouser or something. Like that's, I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's a little generic.
Mouser?
Well, what would you name a superhero with the powers of a mouse?
Cheeseman, Mouse Man.
Mouse Man's pretty generic. I thought Mouser was kind of cool, but that okay.
Batman and Superman. And
Yeah,
Batman.
but he's Batman.
Ant-Man.
What is to identify? What do they do?
Yeah, but Mouser's identifiable. Okay, point is, Iron Man, Tony Stark is such a cool person.
I love
He's
Tony Stark.
rich. He's a millionaire. He's a man of very few words, and his backstory is
You
actually
want to know
really
why I think you like him?
cool. Why? Go ahead.
He reminds you of The Great Gatsby.
Actually, that's kind of true. Actually, but The Great Gatsby
Because
is
you're a big old nerd about The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby. Oh, yeah, because that actual story is good. Which now it's public domain.
Yep.
I can do so many things with Mr. Gatsby that you wouldn't even possibly conceive.
Okay.
But yeah.
Tony Stark is one of my favorite Avengers of all of them. I know you don't know like half the Avengers.
I know a good chunk of the Avengers.
Well, you haven't watched
green
about
guy's
them.
Hulk,
You
no?
haven't watched about them yet, so you don't really know much of their
That's true.
story. But I like.
I was right though about about Hulk.
No, it's actually Green Goblin. He's actually in the
It's actually Green Goblin.
But
yeah, I know
you're
I'm right.
It's Hulk. Hulk. I like Tony Stark. I like Hawkeye. Yeah, I like Ant-Man.
I don't know
because
who
they're
Hawkeye is. That sounds
awesome.
I know that the
Our
original...
audience was not too happy about that.
Dude, they're never happy with me. I don't catch a...
Bro hasn't seen the Avengers.
I don't catch a break. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
We're getting there. I know you're excited for Ultron. What do you think's going to
Age
happen
of
there?
Ultron. I've seen so many good things. I only am excited about Age of Ultron because I played the free Lego demo game on my Wii U as a little weeling. And it was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure, if I can recall, the original Avengers are made up of the Green Guy, Iron Man. It's Thor, I believe. It's Thor and Captain America. That's like the original.
There's more.
But that's not the original, right? That's the original.
There's still one more.
There's one more. I don't see any. What's
Woman.
the other one?
I thought Black Widow. No?
Is
Yeah.
Black?
Yeah, Black
Okay.
Widow's on there.
And then
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Whatever. Who are these characters? Okay, guess they just greenlight anything then. Goodness me. So I'm trying to think. What else? What other? Okay, I know Ant-Man's one of them. Ant-Man seems Mouse Boy yet again, but I
No.
don't- Let me guess. Let me guess. They were testing on ants. That's my theory for that. Oh, actually, okay. I'm curious where that goes then.
Kinda. A little bit. It's a little bit in there. I won't go into detail.
Whoop-de-doo, I would never have guessed. Sorry, that was extremely immature and rude of me to say that.
Shawn says, well, other Shawn, not you.
Yes.
But Shawn says
Catch a
Age of
drift.
Ultron is the best Avengers movie.
Thank goodness. I can't wait to watch it then. That sounds like that'll be good then.
I personally,
Who's Hawkeye? Who is this guy?
he's an archer, and he
So-
never misses a shot.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Mhm.
We live in a superhero society
Mm-hmm.
where we have people that can make iron suits that they fly and shoot plasma beams. We have a guy with a basically indestructible shield. I'm pretty sure that's what Captain America is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the literal god of thunder, and this guy shows up with a bow and arrow.
Because the arrow tips.
He also can't hear very well.
Yeah, he's
It's
hard
like
of
the
hearing.
worst thing for the job then. It's like, why would you do that? Wouldn't you get a suit
But-
that makes it to where you could hear better,
but-
and then we talk about what weapon you're using. Go ahead.
But he can make his arrow tips out of anything, so they can either latch onto stuff, they can grapple him, they can explode.
So he's
Thought
a
you were grabbing for my
forager, is
phone.
what you're telling me.
But whenever he shoots an arrow, no matter where the person is, he never misses.
Okay, really fast. Hi, everybody. Jake here. I do want to say the only redeeming thing about Hawkeye is he's an incredibly good marksman with any weapon. In Age of Ultron, if you do end up watching it, oh no, it's the first Avengers movie, I misspoke.
Yes.
He, like, jumps off a skyscraper and nails, like, a dude with an arrow from, like, at least
Yeah.
40 meters away while he's falling, like, skydiving without, like, anything.
Mhm.
And he just nails a bunch of dudes with his bow and arrow. I just thought that was impressive. Okay, that's all from me.
I love Hawkeye. Not only that.
do that too.
No, he can't.
But whatever, yeah, I'll
But-
take your word for it.
Also, amazing actor Jeremy Renner.
I've never heard. Who's this guy? What's he played in? Oh, let me guess, The Avengers. Sorry. That was,
What's wrong with this guy?
what's wrong with some... Dude, Guardians of the Galaxy, actually. No, sorry. I'm going to pitch in
need
Guardians
to
of the
settle
Galaxy.
down.
No. Because
I
could
understand your excitement.
I could be excited about Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
because there's not a single sleeper in that series. The 3 movies, those are all good.
Yeah.
I think the first one is good. The second one, it's pretty okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's just okay because there's a lot there. I think that one is the most memorable to me. Like,
Have
I
you seen
remember
the newest?
the second one of Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
thought there was 3, no?
There's 3.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten to the third one yet.
Well, I
And then
asked
there's
if
a
you've
third
seen the
Guardians
new
of the
one, yeah.
Galaxy.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw this movie at midnight. I went to the Cinemark near us and watched it with a pal because I wanted to see that movie again. That
Mhm.
I'm embarrassed
I've
to
watched
admit.
it so many times.
I'm embarrassed to admit that movie made me cry both viewings of it, because that's an actual sad story. But
You saw how I got with the Bob Marley movie. It was just as bad with the
Rocket.
No.
Who?
I didn't cry during the Bob Marley movie.
No.
I'm not talking about emotionally. I'm
fell
saying
asleep.
no, I didn't.
Well, not you. Well, you wouldn't know.
I'm saying by how I kept on wanting to watch it and watch it and watch it. I was the same way with the Guardians of the Galaxy, the
Okay.
newest one.
But that's justified though. That
But
third
you
movie
also
is pretty.
haven't seen the holiday special.
Okay,
Kevin Bacon.
But they never make the holiday special canon in anything.
It is.
I
It's
can watch
canon.
whatever show I want, and if there's a Christmas special, it
Yeah,
doesn't
but it's
matter.
Marvel.
It doesn't
Everything's
matter.
canon to Marvel.
And you know what? I think you need to exit this music because we're talking about films. And this is exit music for a film by Radiohead.
That was not
I'm
a good.
clean with it. And I think that wraps up all that we have to talk about today, which I think we did a pretty good job. I think we gained some knowledge. I think we learned some stuff today.
I'm pretty sure you'll have pitchforks and
And-
signs outside of your door.
And I think people will like to come back and watch the show next week. Right? Yeah, exactly.
But
so
also coming up tomorrow, I believe, is History's a Mystery with Ashley.
actually, I need to see that because I always like the stuff that they talk about. So I do actually need to see that.
Mhm.
But I think I'm gonna go get a drink of water because I'm thirsty.
Okay.
And with that being said, my name is Shawn Weaver,
I'm Emerson.
and thank everyone for joining and listening in to the magic of media. I'll see you next time.